Jesus, you're my everything, yeah. My everything is you, Lord. Yeah. Oh, 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 oh. Everybody say,
Ye fema ye wo London. Ye jia basobodie bebree. Ne ya redare ewo mranse mu. Eye legal services, be to say family law, matrimonial law, immigration, dispute resolution, Ghanaian customary, any family law. Wo BWF die, yen solicitors edi enijie ene twitwaje wo na ye bo nso nya den kra. Yen partner penimpa Bernardo Wusu aye lawyer ewo UK memu bebru mfie duonu nkron 29 years. BWF Solicitors kura wo ho. Inti se ba na busuansem bi te se child care, eya abofrahwe mu, awaregya ye ho twema mentwe. Ene ohye ana injunction ye de to domestic violence so a, ye ma legal assistance ya edimu na ye adwuma nso. Yen child care any family team no nimnia wo famu ewe ne ya wo bremu. Enunti ne yetu ye mboase ma wafutu a esefata ewo kokoa mu. Yen senior partner obi a Law Society Family Law Accreditation Panel agina tumu na osanso ye member na kyerese eba no se ye gina wachi etwitwaje ewo family any matrimonial cases ho a wonni haw kra. Wo pe advice ewo immigration sensem ho. Wo BWF Solicitors die ye immigration team no abredare ewo general immigration ho nsemsem kosi complex immigration, work permit, student visa ho totoye, any entry clearance visas, family visas ni appeals. Ye senior partner eye member na wasagina tum ewo Law Society Immigration Accreditation Panel inti se taiwachi a wonni haw kra. Ye bie an office free dwada ekosi fiada anopa no nkrompa mu ekosi enumre no nsia eye 9:30 am kosi 6 pm ena memene danso eye appointment nko free anopa no ndu ekosi ewia no 9 eye 10 am kosi 4 pm. Ye wo 4th floor ewo Anna House 214-218 Tottenham High Road, London N15 4NP. Sawun 93 Seven Sisters Underground nswa eye kwantie bi. Yen senior partner Bernardo Wusu san ye barrister ya gina tumu na oye Ghana Bar Association member ena wasan gina se mranimfo ewo court cases ya efa Ghana law ho. Wa advise local authorities, official solicitors office ni solicitors bebree efa Ghanaian law ho yi na osan yo bi a otai kasa ewo radio any TV so fa Ghanaian law.
Based in London, we are a dynamic award-winning firm specializing in a range of legal services, including family law, matrimonial law, immigration, dispute resolution, Ghanaian customary and family law. At BWF, our solicitors are pleased to offer high-quality legal representation at competitive rates. Our senior partner, Bernardo Wusu, has over 29 years' experience as a lawyer in the UK. BWF Solicitors provide independent and practical legal assistance for all kinds of family matters, such as childcare, contested and uncontested divorce, and injunctions for domestic violence. Our childcare and family team appreciate the issues facing you in this difficult time, which is why we offer confidential advice delivered in a sensitive manner. Our senior partner is an accredited member of the Law Society Family Law Accreditation Panel, which guarantees expert representation in all family and matrimonial cases. We are located at 4th floor Anna House, 214-218 Tottenham High Road, London, N15 4NP, just a short walk from Seven Sisters Underground.
Yes, of course. Rainbow Radio no asugusua otie no. Ene yene BWF Solicitors for between nkomo. Yenya lawyer Eunice ewo ahoma no so. Yebekọ na yama no akwa good morning.
Good morning, Dr. Ren. Patron, what to say?
Nyame adaru ma me hoye. Na mpacho we any BWF fo
Yamia,
nyina.
yamia, wasan ama another day to me a program way yada yamia say mame di kan enchia yetiefo ne nkrofo a omo ehwe yen michia mu ni na me da yamia say ende de ma beka yen sa nkrofo a mutie yen Rainbow Radio International nkrofo a mo tie yɛn a wɔrehwɛ yɛn wɔ YouTube anaasɛ Facebook anaasɛ other social media platforms yɛkyia mu nyinaa yɛda mo ase sɛ ɛnɛ de moabɛka yɛn nsa and yɛbɔ mpaeɛ sɛ at least mobɛtumi ahyɛ na mobɛtumi afrɛ obi na at least wama adwumaden yi so ayɛ kama. Senior last week no yɛyɛɛ no yɛbɛdi kan with the main topic no na at least towards the end of program no na yɛayɛ updates in terms of their ɛsi anaasɛ their aba no nti Dr. Ren saa na yɛbɛyɛ no ndɛ.
Yo, and yemfa main topics no way. Maminka was say BWF solicitors or mother romanti, Nyadia Beka Quantium. The Indian say a legal education every Thursday be on 9 to 10. Now Abomodian Afra Dofo for no so 8 be senior and Namo Krata Sem Awarisem wouldn't to me Embomodian and solve on BWF the Abua Amonia onsa account krata. Lawyer, yan shadi you. Immigration won sense semia na ja obidi abase ye potoka se mu na mreja maputum dia kotwi. Was say which immigration issues are likely to be considered as part of the good character requirement for naturalization?
Nti sɛ yɛka sɛ which immigration issues will be considered anaasɛ dɛbɛ immigration nsɛm ɛna home office for no ɛbɛhwɛ sɛ obi ɛyɛ application for naturalization a yɛka sɛ in regards to yɛ immigration nsɛm ebi a yɛbɛtumi aba ne sɛ woba kurom hanom no na wone nkrataa wobɛwura mu nti ɛno na yɛfrɛ no illegal entry anaasɛ wode asetena na ɛde baeɛ but wasetena no wuyɛ nti still na wote kurom ha nti ɛno no saa no yɛfrɛ no an overstayer nti wo no wode nkrataa aba nkrataa no ewu but woda so te kurom ha nti woyɛ obi a woyɛ overstayer anaasɛ ebi a wo no woba no wodwen sɛ wobɛtumi use NHS aka sɛ NHS no ɛnyɛ free nti ɛsɛ wosua NHS no ka anaa koraa mpo sɛ ɛbɛtumi aba no sɛ wobaeɛ no obi de ne nkrataa ama wo sɛ yɛ adwuma ɛna yɛnim sɛ wonkita nkrataa na woyɛ adwuma nso so a ɛyɛ illegal ɛwɔ kurom ha anaa koraa mpo sɛ wonya wo nkrataa no na wopɛ sɛ woyɛ English language test no bi anaasɛ life in the UK test no bi but na wontumi ɛnyɛ anaasɛ wonsua adeɛ nti woyɛ woma obi yɛ maa wo nti the use of deception ɛno nso ɛyɛ breaching yɛ immigration laws anaasɛ ebi a woyɛ obi a for one reason or the other wofili wo application for naturalization no yɛbisa wo sɛ have you used any other name anaasɛ any other date of birth it could be any question whatsoever wankasa wo sɛ wompɛ issues nti wanka deɛ sɛ woka ɛwɔ application no mu ɛno nso saa no ɔmo hu no as deception nti sɛ wo make false statements sɛ biribi yɛ nokorɛ na woka sɛ daabi anaasɛ woamfa nhyɛ hɔ a ɔmo hu ne sɛ wa make false statements anaasɛ wo give you ɔmo false information nti ɛno nso saa no ɔmo hu ne sɛ it's a breach of your immigration laws nti saa nneɛma wei nyinaa no count as breach within our immigration law when it comes to sa good character requirements no. It is say yeah kase obi ebrechi yeah immigration laws in regards to naturalization na same way and yeah ka because some people don't even know say one disclose information and now says say one my information be and also a breach of your immigration laws and people are always deprived. I have a client who before no or say oh you say a din back and on the room and or sign you say another din and on the room na ne hot say no because now ordering say or can application no say or you see 3 or 4 different names saying or the benya nkrata ba ekrom ha no ọmụ fa British citizenship no emma no nti enye ade a opese oka na me ka kire ne say and yes, sir. As long as you are able to disclose it to them, say, me you say ding way and I'm the remove the first time. Maybe a second time, no, me the a ding for and a the remove. And I'm saying you say another name and the remove third time. As long as you disclose that information to them, na omunim sa person obe fa bibia esi into that will give them the opportunity to say that oh okay nipa way asisa yeah no but who this say dear no more say you want to use deception in say and no sano so one person would deprive of citizenship no then they will go ahead and say because you use deception and now say one discloses that information and so and no na now so idea just British citizenship no every nsem and say I am away now count as breach of your immigration laws and see yeah, fill forms and answer yeah, yes applications where yeah, it is better to at least seek some form of advice and sana why yes application way.
Basically, any form of advice there. Don't look anywhere. BWF Solicitors, Oma Juba, almost 30 years to credit, and yet in Fiketwa. That is where you have to go. Now, lawyer, yeah, after yeah, who say me. Obi baby say internationalization no kra no circumstances bɛn na wobɛtumi afitumi I apply now apply circumstances bɛn na may refuse you when applying.
Dr. Ro, what can asem papa? Because when it comes to these applications, no, nkorɔfo bebree esu stand in my way bi, but and that it's really sure yeah breaches in immigration laws. And to say, for instance, in some na me also no, say if for one reason or the other, so we share na ebia with the bonnie be ebia because of the fact of you playing a part in a criminal offense na home office for no omo to me betumi aka sɛ because ebi a wonyɛ British ni ukita Ghana passport anaasɛ ukita foreign passport nti ɛno no bɔne no a wodi yɛ no ebi a ɔmo ma wɔ 12 months sentence anaasɛ ɔmo ma wɔ more than 12 months sentence nti ɛno no ɔmo gyina so aka sɛ yɛma wo deportation order nti ɛno no ɛyɛ one of the reasons a ɔmo betumi aka sɛ ebia because wedi bɔne wei yɛama wo sentence of at least 12 months and answer more than 12 months nti yɛhwɛ wo character na ebia woyɛ persistent offender and answer bɔne na wodi yɛ no na yɛ so serious to the fact say ɛnyɛ ade a yɛpɛ sɛ yɛma wo saa British certificate way nti carrying or having a deportation order no is one of the reasons to me and my certificate no and they will clearly refuse that application because of the fact say oh that deportation order no and then another thing that I've realized in new guidance because in Brano of course and akase due to your Borders and Nationality Act earlier this year no they have made certain rectifications into for one reason or the other say ebia wo de your court sneaker whether it's the criminal courts and I say civil courts say omo akache say you are due to pay a certain debt. Na when ya courts ni fees. Na Odrin say because of the fact say ABI has nothing to do with your immigration in see to the home office, no, it has everything to do with your immigration because then again we are looking at good character. Into say obi at the court ne kadia, then they see it as a very serious offense and it shows say you are not a person of good character. Into no no so sano, they will see as a reason to refuse your application. There are things in regards to other criminal offenses, but because and there your program no is not centered around all of those other areas, no, but regarding your immigration conditions and I say breaches, no, that is why I'm focusing on just this area because of course there are other reasons where they would refuse your application outright. But in regards to your immigration, no, when it comes to somebody who is carrying a deportation order and I'll say, oh, aketua sɛ wode tua court for no, those are specific reasons where they would refuse your application outright. And see, those are the main two areas that ɔmo bɛhwɛ na ɔmo aka sɛ ɛnyɛ ade a yɛde bɛma wo. And sometimes you can go back and forth with them and they will still come back with a no. But we will look at areas where they will obviously use almost discretion. Na almost like I said, because of these mitigating factors, yen shena yen farm.
Yo, wait there, lawyer. Yeah, na phrase bi tie ba. Na meko phrase ni so no ma me kan kyerɛw sɛ wɔn a wɔhwɛ yɛn wɔ Facebook, yɛn nuanom dodoɔ no a ɛwɔ Facebook, promise ɛwɔ ase, Helena ɛwɔ ase. Mɛsrɛ wo a woba Facebook ano abɔmmɔden ana wahyɛ ɛyɛ video no na afrɛfoɔ nso ɛnya bi ahwɛ. Ezekiel nso ɛwɔ Facebook a ɔno nso ɛhwɛ yɛn. Mo a motie yɛn ɛwɔ ɛyɛ Abbeywood station so ɛyɛ drivers a motie yɛn so yɛda mo nyinaa mo nso ase. Na ɛyɛ a wotaa tete saa phrase yi na o ɛwɔ mu a ne aba normally be refused, normally be refused. Sɛ amanfoɔ ɛyɛ application a wɔn taa te saa phrase wei na maame mfa nkɔ pɔtɔ kasɛm na maame mposɛm kakra wɔ twi mu. Say a lot of times the Tanya application but it normally be refused. Would that mean say there is other factors which can be considered a bit more successful when especially when you can say normally be refused? No, you take kind of go for bohu where they say where the equi normally be refused. The nya me kokra be ye yet be be.
Of course. And see, when it comes to home office, any embra for no, they have a certain, should I say, category of um making their decisions when it comes to general applications. No? Either say say the offense are committing into this application will be refused and I say it must be refused. And to say because say will and I say it must be then it means say and to mean there's nothing you can do about the situation. To say oh my God said there be then it is a no. And then they will normally say, as you said, will this application would that person have done A, B, and C? This person may be considered. And see, someone you say may be considered there, then it means that there is a chance because they are using their discretion. Into there will be certain factors which will allow them to look at whether your mitigating factors are weighing in the balance. Say, "Omo mfa mma wo anaasɛ mma ɔmo mfa mma wo." And then there's normally be refused in the sense say, ebia their way you know they will consider said they will refuse it, but because of certain other factors, Nancy, they may not refuse your application because of A, B, and C. And to say, almost say normally be refused there, then it means that they have a discretion. It is not saying say they will refuse your application. but they are saying said they will consider all the circumstances, and I said they will consider all the factors in the round and sana omo and make you omo decision. Into say yeah mbrafo no omo tro ɛwɔ immigration rules and I say yeah British Nationality Act no say a person may normally be refused there, then it is because of the fact say ebia saa nipa no or wedi bɔne bi. Usually say yɛhwɛ bɔne no nko ara deɛ a na nka yɛbɛ refuse no, but yɛnhwɛ other factors anaasɛ yɛnhwɛ sɛnea nipa wei nso wabɔ ne ho mmɔden a yɛbɛtumi nso ama no nkrataa no. And I was mentioning before certain categories of immigration breaches are home office for no ehwe ansa na omo amake omo decision. Nti meka say ebi ye ebi a nipa kro no we use deception nti ebi a na say we make statements bi or application no mu one make that statement no mu, and they found that you've made a false statement. Omo betumi kra mpo a report so wama police because deception is a criminal offense in this country. Nti ɛno no saa no they can even go ahead and report you to the police if they find that you've made a false statement. And now crampo say you were doing an exam and I said unim pa say well test for English language and I said life in the UK no and yeah there will be to me aye nti waka kyerɛ obi sɛ ɔmboa wo anaasɛ ɔnkɔyɛ test no crampo mma wo ɛna yɛakyew nti ɛno no saa no sɛ ɔmo hu sɛ wouse obi foforɔ de yɛ test no anaasɛ woma obi boa wo yɛ deɛ a that is also another breach because they see it as you use deception in gaining some form of immigration status in the UK. And now Crampo said it could be that Obaya no one for Enkrata Amba and answer Obaya no Ode Enkrata Ebaya, but you have come to overstay. And I say it may be say when it came to your legal residence, not so twasto, but there was a bit of a gap and it wasn't your fault. It's no so is another breach of immigration conditions. In society way, no, they see it as maybe in the circumstance, no, if that person has now said they've lived in this country, let's say before omo naturalization application, no, a period of at least 10 years abepa ho nti to home office for no time na nipa korɔ no edi saa bɔne no ɔmo hu ne sɛ 10 years abepa ho na ɔyɛ saa application wei deɛ a then we will consider them and grant them saa naturalization na ɔmo ɛhwehwɛ no. There was also a thing about nkurɔfo a ebi a ɔmo lawful residence ɛwɔ kurom ha and because of the fact say ɔmo ba kurom ha na ɔmo nni krataa nti they came here illegally anaasɛ ɔmo baeɛ with nkrataa ɛna ɔmo bɛtena mu whilst ɔmo nkrataa no ewu, that's an overstayer. Or somebody who was given immigration bill ɛna immigration bill no when the conditions na ɔmo de maa no, those things would usually have been checked within that 5-year period answer na nipa korɔ no ɛkɔyɛ saa naturalization application no. And before no say if within that 5-year period you were seen to be in breach of any of these immigration rules now, then they would have said so we train 10 years and sana wait to me acquire naturalization application because you don't meet the good character requirements. But as of 28th of June 2022, no, because of the Nationality and Borders Act, and I say Borders and Nationality Act of 2022, no, it has been rectified such that say nipa or ɔkɔyɛ application for naturalization within that 5-year period. So obey to me akyerɛ sɛ ne bibia da pɛpɛɛpɛ nti ebia onya ne 2.5 ne 2.5 ɔkɔnya indefinite ɛna ɔkɔyɛ ne naturalization application na ɔmo hwɛ sɛ saa nipa wei odi bɔne before asin ɔba no kra nkrataa anaasɛ wabɛyɛ overstay a anaasɛ breaky bill conditions bi na yɛhwɛ the fact sɛ since obenya ne nkrataa within the 5 year period because yɛnhwɛ sɛ saa nipa wei no obemiti yɛ naturalization requirements under section 6(1) ana, and usually under section 6(1) of your British Nationality Act no ɛsɛ sɛ obi ɛyɛ obi a ɔwɔ full capacity nti n'adwene da hɔ bibia ɛda hɔ pɛpɛɛpɛ na saa nipa korɔ wei ɛpɛ sɛ ɔyɛ application for naturalization di a ɛyɛ sɛ ɔkyerɛ sɛ ɔyɛ above the age of 18 a ɔbɛyɛ application to naturalize as a British citizen. And then there are certain conditions under Schedule 1 of the British Nationality Act as Omoshe. Into those things include the fact that Sanimpano within a 5 year period, no, Sanimpano has not been out of the UK for a period of 450 days. And within the 1 year before Obey application, no, na okra indefinite leave and I said there are no restrictions to ne leave na or ever chrome ha. And no chair says nipa no ever indefinite leave ever chrome ha. And that person should also show say within that 12-month period no na on two quite more than 90 days. And then another requirement is the fact say that person will have to show say omo person omo ma UK hanom eye omo permanent and answer omo main home, and then they also have to do the English language test and a life in the UK test someone yeah to be able to show say they meet all of their requirements, including the fact that the person must show they are of good character. Nti ɛno no saa no sɛ within that 5 year period wobɛtumi akyerɛ sɛ wombu mbra biara wonyɛ hwee ɛma home office foɔ no ɛnka sɛ woabɛyɛ overstay anaasɛ woebreki bill conditions bi a, then of course ɔmo sɛ ɔmo bɛtumi ɛde akyɛw sɛ ebia wobaa hanom as an illegal immigrant anaasɛ wobaa hanom as an overstayer. Say if within that 5 year qualifying period unya asembia, they can just disregard sa other conditions, no. So I think that in a way that is good news for Nkrofo Adebia yaka kyerɛ mo say oba hanum illegally and answer oba hanum as an overstayer into wooden nkrata by na overtime mansana unya nkrata na, then you will have to wait 10 years and sana wait to me aye naturalization application. In this instance, they're saying say if before the 5 years making the naturalization application, unya asembia dia, then the caseworker can disregard those offenses that you committed. And I think say that is one good thing that the Borders and Nationality Act has also brought about. Inti eno no sa no say obi hwɛ sɛn a obetumi ayɛ ne naturalization application in terms so a, that will be a good enough reason for them to also go ahead and make that naturalization application because of Mbrana government no so ɛde ato hɔ ama yɛn nkurɔfoɔ no so. And I think say going forward, no longer do we have to wait that 10 year period if during that 5 year period no nipa chrono has not had any issues whatsoever. But of course, say unim say wobaye na unyama end that whole year dia, they will still consider that 10 year period before you make that naturalization application. And see, I think say going forward, say unimpa say wa nyama edaho unyɛ hwee will legal residence for the 5 years and then the additional 1 year before you make the naturalization application is all intact there. Na ubetumi akoso ayɛ saa naturalization application no. Nti Dr. Ren, that is I mean one of the good things that we have in mind say borders ne nationality act na ɔmo de bɛɛ mu no ɛno nso aboa yɛn kakra.
Joe, lawyer Eunice, you better say. I mean, I was one more share on Facebook. Nana Hima, share Facebook. Docas and so share. Barnabas, Isaac Nkrumah, and a Foxter Fox and so sharing. Doc, a message free WhatsApp was say, good morning, lawyer Eunice. I was deported 10 years ago. I just came back to the United Kingdom. I'm told that I need to go to the Ghana High Commission to report myself. Is there any truth in this? Secondly, can my partner and I apply to the council so that we can get married?
Okay. Into me name and krata nimpa krono aba. Or see he was deported 10 years ago. And sometimes in Kofu mistaking removal for deportation. So I want to be sure say omo yi no and I say omo deporting because deportation means say what commit a criminal offense. And now on one kasa say wo offense now commit you know because of the sentencing now modema either say o prison for a year and I say more than a year into omo kasa can say omo you free chrome ha. That's deportation. Whereas removal, bia obi a wabɛtena kurom ha, oni nkrata, enyama ayɛ home office for no abɛkye no, ɔmo sɛ ndɛ yɛ wobɛkɔ na ɔmo de wokɔ. That is removal. So there is a difference between deportation and removal. It's because I'm not sure whether this person is referring to deportation and as a removal, and then the status for which he has come into the UK, into ABR or the visitor's visa, and or the room. And if that is the main premise for which he has entered there, the the council will always want to seek evidence that this is a genuine marriage. And in this country, they know say there are sham marriages and there are marriages of convenience. It's a be a obi ɛpɛ nkrataa ebi a ɔbɛyɛ awareɛ no ɛwɔ kurom ha sɛnea ɔbɛtumi anya nkrataa. And all the councils in the UK have a duty to report to the Home Office sɛ obi pɛ sɛ ɔyɛ awaria, they have that duty to also inform of the Home Office. And so they give you a notice period of 72 days. And sign a crampo with dates for awaria no. And see, I'm not sure which status are odiaba, but say visitors visa not person already are they will need more evidence. You should have evidence in place to show them say omo relationship genuine. Ebi omo ni mo omo ho from a year ago, 2 years ago, maybe 10 years ago. Into there's communications, there's photograph, there's uh, evidence of living together. All of that is there. So maybe I don't know ebe to me abo almost omo ko council now almost say omo person omo ya warrior there, then they should take that with them. Just because I'm not sure what his circumstances are, so I can't give out too much information. But so obefre your office line later there na you to me abuano.
Joe, ɛne wobɛfrɛ ɛyɛ office line nso a mede numbers yi na abɛto meka wo sɛ wasugu so a wotie ɛyɛ legal hour with ɛyɛ BWF Solicitors ɛwɔ Rainbow Radio 92.4 FM. So telephone lines na wobɛtumi de afrɛ a wobɛbisa lawyer question no ɛnie 0208 133 4646 anaasɛ 0208 133 1134. WhatsApp line nso ɛyɛ open ɛno nti no wontumi ntwerɛ anaa wontumi type wontumi fra wo send voice note a yɛbɛbɔ na lawyer nso ayiwa no numbers no yɛ 077 71950 989 nti bɔ mmɔden a na frɛ ɛyɛ numbers yi na lawyer ɛtie lawyer I mean kɔ ɛyɛ telephone numbers no line no so na yɛmpeke call wei good morning yɛma wakɔ ababa ɛyɛ Rainbow Radio so lawyer Eunice ɛwɔ ha wotie.
Good morning, lawyer Eunice.
Good morning.
The application for British passport. Now, address na me used to, you know, I me wife, me wife, me fee. But me am address man used to because of say the prefer bar no be will be if no waje. Would they have an effect on it?
Not necessarily. What so we know wife netty, Anna?
Then we meet baby. Or me na accept it. Me say ba fie wa no ide obi ado de ono obi wo fie o. Or me am me kwaduma. You know, be also ni fie o se tama e be ba.
Okay, so they are taking that information because they want to know place of residence, just so that when it
Ah,
comes to the decision letter and answer biometric card that on the bebano, they know the correct
okay.
address to send those
Okay.
things to. Into those are the reasons why they ask for place of residence. Yeah.
Okay.
Into say
Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you.
yeah. Or they at all year fear they assume that's a year into. I'm sure the address now the
Oh,
amount no they see it as that.
Hey, okay. Okay. All right.
yo,
Patch up that and on and on hear me.
yo, yeah, that's
That's
young another caller. So, quickly. Morning.
Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, good
Lawyer,
morning.
lawyer Eunice, it's you.
Mpacho, me question here about me EU ni won. Me wa me sex my entity ni won. Nti si a me won kwala ne me wa kwala be for Ghana. But me mpese me du kwala ne eba ha nti but mpese me jin krata ma omo. Nti eba se no sign na me be ye no. Ebe possible ana because me mpese omodu kwala ne ba. But mpese me jin kwala no krata ma omo. Nti so omo nyina like omudu be 20 years and son na omaba.
Hey, person or do member name, person or Jane Kratama. Yo, consulate lawyer Eunice, be you are no lawyer. I mean, fat call away, I mean, fat calls to questions, boom preko. Hello, good morning. Hello, me bacho tuning radio no kakrana lawyer 80. Why?
Pacha, good morning.
Good
Lawyer
morning.
Eunice, good morning.
Morning.
Okay, let's me issue is my friend Dina or apply leave to remain on the basis of the British chart. But application they were or applying they were living together until almost demand a partner route because they were still residing together. A few months later, I'll try to switch alcohol 5 years. He meets the English requirements, he meets the financial requirements. But all switching almost just what's not almost a residence address for the past 2 years. But all your application also review or TCC or you use previous address. You will need a address for the past 2 years. And so the previous address a bit 2 years, you know. So I'm require for address now what now for bills and in the partner. I'm not sure I'm that address and I don't have on any partner it's not but because of the all your application now no movie channel maybe I watch now for 2 years. On now the partner for 2 years you soon. And based on that or the documents are on any partner not now for 9 months. Almost accepted that because they say on any partner act now for 2 years and can go to the ISH. But almost granting or no meaning say on now for 2 years, but almost the granting partner route instead of a child route. And on that, I call you so almost say all withdraw. Into the question is say or withdraw now or change or move your address. No, you sue different address. Will it be granted for the 5 years route? And I say almost granting.
Joe, with the better na coswanity na
Mamembi
lawyer
sana
be you
asemba.
Jina so lawyer so so asem.
Mamembi sana asemba ako. Pacho, what's it or your first one no based on the partner route and as a parent's route?
Parents route, but now they were living together to support the child. Into
you
almost
see the same address.
But I say,
Sorry. Or you see the same address or you see time or all your parents' application nah.
aye.
Okay. Into at the moment, no, according to say they've only lived together for less than 2 years. And I'm worry.
2 years. I know I'm
worry. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so I see where the issue is. Into say we share your immigration in Brana or be your partner based on the fact that what we're in the pakrono and now say we need the partner at now for a period of 2 years or more. in the first application no, or your application no based on the fact that or your parent of sa British child and I say akolana or your qualifying child no. And to say or person or switch it echo 5 year route no so there he has to meet the requirements as a partner. But sisi a waka say bia ne partner no ne ne no I think say either say oye obi a oye British and I say obi a okra indefinite leave to remain. And see ne partner no ɔyɛ British anaasɛ wokora indefinite leave to remain no ɔno no saa no sɛ ɔpɛ sɛ ɔka sɛ ɔno no ɛwɔ hɔ deɛ a he has to be able to show sɛ ɔmo atena for a 2 year period anaasɛ ɔbɛyɛ 5 year route application based on him looking after the child nti he's a parent rather than a partner anaasɛ he should just go and get her wedded nti ɔnkɔka sɛ ɔyɛ no wedding na ɔmfa marriage certificate no nkɔma ɔmo because right now he doesn't meet the requirements as a partner nti they are saying say because he doesn't meet the requirements as a partner then it means he has to go back onto the parents route nti because he has to meet the requirements no and he doesn't meet it then he has to meet the requirement as a parent instead because what they do is that they will look at certain requirements apart from financial English language any accommodation no, they look at the relationship requirements and the relationship requirement there is no negotiations about that one and no either say who meets the requirements no as a partner and answer who meets the requirements no as a parent in see he has to make that decision. Pacho catch ne so ombra why na yensumi mbwa no so ono ankasa na ye za application ne dia ombra na yembwa no with her no because he's now going to
Joe,
complicate things. Yeah.
lines no
And our
so
first
you're
question
very
no,
yes, lines no very very busy now. For a first question of 4 children no, oh answer we are not
uh-huh.
for a calls.
Patrol. In relation to the first question, no, or say or person or young crata ma the mbano but on person what the beba. It's like say oh person didi but person you no be I'm not sure what his status was before all one colano, but I'm assuming say he did not have indefinite leave to remain in the UK and sana all one colano. Otherwise, I'm thinking, of course, he wasn't somebody who had settled status. He wasn't British, and because he wasn't British and an EU national, Pacho Bebre, you cannot say oh pese oje nkrata but on pese omobeba. So oje nkrata omomoa, it means they have to come and join you. That is the whole point of your family life. Uh, EU no Edinburgh no hyehyɛ hɔ no just so that they can keep families together. Into the say you have a right to private and family life. It means the children that you have who form your family, no, they have a right to be part of you. Nti sɛ wosi wo pɛ sɛ wogye nkrata ma ɔmo but wo mpɛ sɛ ɔmo bɛba deɛ then there's no point because then there's no family life in that. Pacho bebree sɛ wopɛ sɛ wogye
Joe,
nkrata ma ɔmo a ɛsɛ sɛ ɔmo ba nti pacho
yo,
saa na yɛyɛ.
yep, young Kwang so hello, good morning, lawyer 8 you.
Hello, good morning.
Yo, good
Pacho, lawyer Eunice, your friend Mavis. Me Pacho,
Good
me were
morning.
pre-settled 5 years through EU. Me papa me adult dependent. And I didn't 5 years no. Now since my work 6 weeks ago, ha. UK ha na me person
congratulations.
me papa. Thank you. Baby no ni papa o Ghana. Me person me fan ko Ghana bra. Me nya me masetena no betimi aye pre-settled ni bia ma baby no na me de na ko Ghana ba na.
Of course, nti deɛ wowɔ no ɔmo de the same presets of no ɛbɛma akwadaa no and because you are dependent on your father no nti akwadaa no nso they can say because he's a direct relative of wo father no nti sɛ wo father no ɛwɔ let's say settled status na wowɔ pre-settled a they can even go ahead and say sɛ ɔmo bɛtumi ama akwadaa no the same status as ne grandfather. Nti I don't know sano. Oh yeah, application na they will grant the child a biometric card and then over to me it will took one.
Joe lawyer, yanko a WhatsApp when I mean ready a way, I mean call Facebook and so quickly, I mean question we embra. WhatsApp no of referral for Mr. Wajina lawyer EBT question no about here. Or say please lawyer, I'm married to a British citizen and on 5-year route to settlement. I have 2 addresses. My matrimonial home where I received all correspondence in London. I have another rented property in Nottingham where I worked, but correspondence come through the address. When I am applying for settlement, I will use my matrimonial home address only. Do I have to mention about my rented property at my place of work in application, or I have to ignore the other property in a different city? We free WhatsApp line so. Na mame jina na mame ma wo call yi embusa question na marry together. Welcome to Rainbow Radio. Lawyer Eunice, BWF Solicitors, 80.
Lawyer Eunice, sorry, I have a question online about unmarried partners, with the root,
Yeah.
The main question is a person who say or to address now or your application now. The time the man parents who's near a man of 10 years, I'm an asset to be a man now say. 5 years ago.
Patch on my name, bro, because wako complicating your makakra. It doesn't meet the requirements of partner, acquire partner application. And person switch ko 5-year routes no so. In the my name bra na on fa the application na oh yeah your number. Saying even who the best way forward. Patch on.
Your lawyer. Wait a message send your lawyer can Modiana Ebra office now ye Modiana diagnostics in some complicated kakra. And the lawyer the numbers in the betuja now have Modiana address now kwa visit a BWF solicitors. No more time and solve issue nima. Facebook was say please. I would like to know if the delay at the home office still exists for applications. Young court line so now married to a question here, Ebe. Hello, good morning. Welcome to Rainbow Radio. Lawyer Eunice, BWF Solicitors, 80.
Good morning, Lawyer Eunice. Good morning, Dr. Ren. Lawyer, please, I want to ask a question. There is a friend of mine, named Uncle, unfortunately, Waka Baby. Now, the family now war UK, no. I say, some of the family war Ghana about funeral maybe. In terms of numbers, is there a required or an upper limit in terms of Nepa do I bet to make free Ghana about funeral maybe? Secondly, one of the family members now Omolhe Sobe or 6-year-old child now Omubusa say 6-year-old child no if the mother is coming so chiba, what is the process or baby is that him that mother any chances and I say the age does it have any implication on as to whether or not the mother will be successful in a visa application? But any question. God bless you.
Okay. Let me take our first question first. When it comes to applications for visit visa, because I'm assuming say application for visit, saying by a year maybe. Into say about visit visa applications, there isn't really a limit to the numbers of people that can make that visit visa application. Into the requirement is simply that omo genuine visitors. Into their intention is not to stay in the UK but to live at the appropriate time. Into say for let's say 10 people from the family are coming, then that 10 people will have to show say these are their circumstances in Ghana. Ebia mwe tutu kwanda into bi mu betumi akyerɛ krampo sɛ ɔmo to kwan kɔ Dubai, ɔmo to kwan kɔ China. There hasn't been any issue when they went to those different countries. And see, for them, no, it is a plus because they have a history. And see, and no home office, no, extra history now. Who said there are people that are able to comply with immigration laws in other countries. So they will definitely comply with immigration laws here in the UK. And that is a plus for certain people. And then, of course, you want to be able to show your commitments back at home. In Abia, family no, would say no, you all have good jobs. And I say it may be that there's a family business. In munina ASR family business, no, to be able to feed yourselves. And in Krofona Mobano, Abia, Oma ware, Omo Wamba, Omo was say ɛwɔ Ghana nti because of those circumstances no ɛnyɛ ade a ɔmo bɛba ekurom ha abɛtena and with wo sister na sɛ family member na okura akwadaa a ɔyɛ 6 years old of course sɛ woyɛ application na wode wo ba ɛɛka ho a the more the merrier because of course wo ka kyerɛ ɔmo sɛ woyɛ family oriented person anaasɛ woyɛ mother nti because of the fact say woyɛ mother no nti wontumi ɛngya wo ba ne hɔ saa ɛyɛ sɛ wode akwalaa ne ba mo kɔ nso a mobɛkɔ back nti school ɛsɛ ɔgye letter from akwalaa no school to say akwalaa no ɔmo nim sɛ ne maame ɛɛtu kwan and akwalaa no obie no hɔ a ɔbɛtumi ahwɛ no nti for that 2 week period anaasɛ 1 month period na ne maame ɛɛba kurom ha they are allowing the child to go with their mother and they've given her the necessary ABR school homework and answer whatever it is for the child to be able to learn whilst they are away. Into school letter will be useful in such an instance. And then any other letters into our other children and answer or a she can add her marriage certificate, other birth certificates. So we juma a jumemu letter or other commitments were sorry and now say associations be or the letters way me na ebeka hon send your to me I share and making decision. Into having a child will not hinder her application in any way. To me akoso aye sa application no. And then somebody was asking about delays, Dr. Ren. And
Yes, please. Mpashon.
Into say you can't home office delays now. Of course, there are delays in every sector of should I say our immigration, home office, and other things. Meaning say they are starting to make applications a lot speedier than before. And when it comes to those applications made on the partner route, I think says our departments normally are their plan. They don't go by any other standards, but they try as much as possible to make the process very streamlined and the decisions come a lot quicker. But in all other things, no, I know say the caseworkers are trying as much as possible to get back into formal processing times. Still, there are a few delays because when it comes to certain applications, certain gentleman, Nika said, no, what parents' roots, no, so no when it comes to like the parent route applications, delays need there that's so it may take more than 6 months. There are other applications where there are still delays. And see, my promotion will bring they may still have delays in certain sectors, but I know said they are trying as much as possible to go back to their usual and answer almost standard processing times, not as before. And then I know there was another question to do with uh, addresses. Nipano say our matrimonial
Yes.
address and
Very
another
very good.
address.
Nipa no asɛne ɛwɔ WhatsApp ɛwɔ sɛ ebisa biem na lawyer ma memfa call away na ebia na yɛmfa yɛ address system no we deɛ mesrɛ wa. Good morning lawyer Eunice BWF Solicitors ɛwɔ ha OTO question.
Good morning. Me question, me person, me put that lawyer Eunice question. My application from last year June. Me nti omonka me de me ba me ja me ba so na ye. Let's menya number be me free home office. Ebuso because me friend me lawyer na. The lawyer need to own to me yes in found. To say me ban we did 2.5. I also started school. Because of that, me to me register no for school. Let's menya number be me free home office.
I didn't think I want to register over for school.
Because me kunu year a juma or and more than 34,000. Me yes me the new message ma. Almost you say it.
But we ban we did 2.5 into a no son. Yeah. It's because
2.5.
Because we were sitting on say background pona, you have no recourse to public funds. Into just say who kruno ojina or no ankasa no ho eka say oje sa charters credits no amakola because who crampon would eba you will still not have recourse to public funds. Into just a who kruno ankasa yeah. To me enye ema no even what benefits no crampon to me in farm now. Unless you are saying say a bar now I could use no recourse to public funds no if so. Yeah. But in terms of
mommy mano.
In terms of the application delay, so I think say for you to also have a certain peace of mind. So Uncle Home Office website so now what type into .gov.uk say complaints to the Home Office and answer Home Office complaints. There's an online form that you can complete. Home Office phone also on number so oko.gov.uk now type it contact the Home Office at the omo number so ebeba. You can either choose to do a complaint directly to Omo by typing in complaints to the Home Office. And answer over to me from I don't think say calling them will help because a call center Omo doing for attache demo Omo frefre and I say for answer and answer Omo responded to for any Home Office akata. It is better say over your complaints no. Now what should I say they will get back to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
The lawyer, you
Messi ofrefo a wofra na caller ne kati bo modern na frɛ na be last caller. Lawyer, yenko eye two addresses no eso.
Yes, it's in that lady ne ka say or matrimonial address. Me pa to be you have
please lawyer, I'm married to a British citizen
yes.
on a 5-year route to settlement. I have two addresses.
Settlement.
My matrimonial home where I received all correspondence in London. I have another rented property in Nottingham where I work, but no correspondence come through the addresses. When I'm applying for settlement, I will use my matrimonial home address only. Do I have to mention about the rented property at my place of work in application, or I have to ignore the other property in a different city? Yemfa call away. Now, me say we are not yemfa 2 questions. I hope say this will be our last caller. Good morning, lawyer Eunice, BWF Solicitors 8
Hello. Good morning. That's our name, lawyer.
Morning.
Lawyer, me pocho, me bisa, person bisa say, Mrs. Sabina, or me trust me man say, only will be a kata. Na later no, nimpano obi by say I say, obi person or ni baba, anya or ma, the division among. Na division man no, apadano ema no, I say nimpano play Mrs. No, break. Na ọpẹsọ ohun sẹ nyimpa no betumi ama akwadaa no aba wabra ne sisa no ọnya awẹ na sẹ saa no sẹ ọba sila no obehia sẹ ne sisa bẹyẹ bibi ama no anaa wonya 22 years.
Nti wo sisa no okra debe nkrata na nipa no opese ode akwala ne ba no so kita debe nkrata.
Ne sisa no yẹ EU citizen. And then nimpa na Mrs. No and then yeah kata.
Okay. Nti nimpa no epese okofa ne ba no eba but opese ogina wo sister no so ede ye.
Wa ye ma ye divisa no ama kwara no. Na sisi ano akwadaa ne mbaeɛ no ayɛ sɛ ɔpɛ sɛ oyi me sista fi mu na ɔde akwadaa ne ba ɔbɛa me sista ɛnyɛ awɛ.
Me put their whole patch. I mean, some of the visa na ama akwala ne dia, of course, akwala no obeba. But so oma wo sister no I be aware because sa akwala ne ba krom ha, there's no way akwala no ebe to me atena without nkrata because obeko school say ojije nyama bi inti so yes EU settlement scheme application no. And of course, that EU settlement scheme application no ebe hia sɛ ɔmo bɛkyerɛ sɛ saa akwadaa no ɛte ɛhɔnom EU national ne fie because ɔmo yɛ awarefoɔ nti sɛ ɔɔka sɛ ɔɔba as a child of the EU national anaasɛ the EU sponsor deɛ and then you have to prove sɛ ɔne ne na ɛte so I don't know how he's going to get proof of address if he's not going to tell the area and answer if he's not going to tell what sister no.
Akwadaa no n'ani afi wabu 21 na ɔpɛ sɛ ɔhu sɛ ɔno abɛtumi ayɛ ne biribiara wɔ abere a
No. There's no way over to me because so what brought 21 you are seen to be a dependent. It's nakoye under 21 nanka say what sister ewo indefinite the same indefinite no and I dem ma akwala no so oba. But because over the age of 21 no, they have to show dependency. Into for the 5-year period, no mo de be ma sa akwala no. That child will have to depend on no parent and the sister no for 5 years and sana with me akwaje indefinite no. So when to me and share dependency there, and krata no emma no.
okay.
Yeah, it's sanity.
That's you.
You.
Lawyer, yemfa addresses the no question.
Okay. Yes. And see, lady no eka say or matrimonial address any address alcohol akoye juma. Of course, so we are for na also ni wukun and it's dia. And everything has to show say unu wukun and it's because they want to know say our no is indeed genuine and it is subsistent. It is subsistent nature say it is continuing. It is say our no and that whole pain. Now oh ka say me to baby fufu na me kunu so to baby fufu and to assume until for you no you are trying to say as much as possible no minimum kunu there bibia enda yentem yet ho as man and wife yeah our no genuine yeah our no so is continuing or say so or Nottingham juma there then it means say as much as possible everything has to show say unu kru neti into ukoye juma krampa o sign ever back to fear wo matrimonial home into now will letters efa will not matrimonial home into will pay slips will bank statements biara efa wono echo on matrimonial home because a honum and na what's it nti ɛno no saa no you are telling the home office say address way and a minimum kunu no yete because of the fact say ebia yete sa address way pay slips no me kunu me yeah address no nti why would you go and mention another address because the will pay slips and no bank statements nature will matrimonial address now oh san catch almost say what's in Nottingham there will be conflicts because they've seen on your pay slips near bank statements say what address ASC into to say work as I would say Nottingham in now what's now Nottingham let's say for 2 years no they will be thinking say our no any our repa into to keep things genuine as possible no you will have to state say bibia efa or matrimonial address no such that of course omo enkodrin say waware no enye aware pa into that is that for saa nipa na obisa addresses no ene we no whether she can use either the work address and answer the matrimonial address but just stick to the one na bibia enko so pepepe emma
Menim say your time nti course no so ba na ba but your time nti we dey mema the update no ade amaye na nyame aduma next week no yɛtumi afa course because I think that we've been able to pick more than a year 9 or 10 calls. Course no so ba na baba time no nti. We dey my update no I think nyame aduma a.
Factual. And see, saying I'm a kind at the beginning, no. When it comes to immigration in Brano, sometimes there are certain changes, and midday back crampo a topic no because of the fact say changes be bad. It is good say nkurɔfoɔ no ɛbɛhu nti baako te sɛ deɛ yɛ home office foɔ no aka afa nkurɔfoɔ a wɔpɛ sɛ wɔyɛ saa naturalization applications way and the fact that when it comes to making the application sɛ wobɛtumi akyerɛ sɛ wombu immigration mbra biara within that 5-year qualifying period na ɔmo ɛrehwɛ the fact say ebia wo back home ha as an overstayer and you came here maybe through ship and anaasɛ train na wonkita nkrataa bia na of course wobɛyɛ wo application for naturalization no they can disregard saa nneɛma no just so that they can grant you wo certificate of naturalization. And then another thing that I also wanted to talk about was the fact that when it comes to ejuma no, because ABR oye ejuma and you are looking to have that right to work because nkrofo be free almost free say medwuma mfo no e pe share code and answer almost pe bibi a wetumi e de achira omo say metumi aye ejuma. I think so when it comes to the eligibility to work no sɛ woyɛ obi a wobɛyɛ wo first 2.5 anaasɛ wobɛhyɛ aseɛ with wo nkrataa de a there is no way a wobɛtumi akyerɛ adwumamfoɔ no sɛ wobɛtumi ayɛ adwuma because wonni ɛna wonni hwee nti ɛno no saa no unfortunately no wontumi ɛmfa biribiara ɛnkyerɛ but sɛ woyɛ obi a wayɛ ebia 2.5 wobɛyɛ another 2.5 anaasɛ wo nkrataa no ansa na ɛbɛwu no wokɔyɛ extension nti whether you are dependent anaasɛ student anaasɛ worker na wokyerɛ ɔmo sɛ wo nkrataa no ansa na ɛbɛwu no wosan ɛyɛ another application nti ɛno no saa no wopɛ sɛ ɔmo yɛ saa ɔmo right to work meaning sɛ nkurɔfoɔ a ɔmo yɛ students ɛne a few of the skilled workers no ɔmo use biribi a yɛfrɛ no immigration UK immigration app ɛde yɛ ɔmo applications nti ɔmo no ɔmo nya biribi te sɛ share code ɛne nkurɔfoɔ a wɔyɛ EU nationals anaasɛ dependence on EU nationals anaasɛ nkurɔfoɔ a wɔnya wɔn nkrataa based on EU wɔn nso nya biribi a yɛfrɛ no share code but nkurɔfoɔ a wɔwɔ 2.5 no so ne other immigration routes no so no they don't usually have a share code nti ɛno no saa no employers have a new guidance and they have to either look at biometric card and answer passport to know say our right to work but say card no and answer biometric permit na no ewu na why application dear the employer too can make an online check into omo bibi a friend employer checking service uko.gov.uk website no so na type employer checking service just to put in your details to see whether you will be given the right to work. The employer can put in your details any or no employer no or non details. Omo be responded between 3 to 5 working days. Ama ne who say or was our right to work and answer only our right to work. In certain cases, if for instance, what they no ewuye answer na unkoye application na the response that will come will be like that person doesn't have the right to work. And I say application no unkoye will biometrics and I say untuya IHS fee. It may be that because a valid application has not been made, Nancy, they may put on there that this person doesn't have the right to work. And so there may be instances, Omobeka said this person doesn't have the right to work. But as long as you can show, say, the application no, eko tumu, ansana, uwadia no ebewu no, the law protects you. And say under your immigration act, no, it says that say obi ɛwɔ application ɛwɔ home office na ɛpɛnde na on ne nsa nka decision anaa krampo sɛ appeal krampo na nipa korɔ no ɛyɛ application no before a ne nkrataa no ɛbɛwu then section 3C of the Immigration Act of 1971 no covers that person na akɔyɛ te sɛ woda so wɔ nkrataa regardless of the fact sɛ home office ɛmfa decision ɛmbaeɛ no woda so ɛwɔ nkrataa nti ɛno no so the apart from the online check na employers no ɛbɛyɛ no mbra no nso protect o nti employers no I know say they have new guidance which they must look at but sɛ woyɛ obi a wɔ employer ɛda so ɛka wo so just because they want you to show that right to work na then mpatwo bebree wankasa no wobɛtumi ayɛ saa online check no asan ayɛ saa wei no ama lawyer ayɛ saa letter no nso ama wo in regards to what the law says nti ɛno nso na mepɛ sɛ yɛtiefoɔ no ehu menim sɛ membrɛ no ɛndɔɔso nti patro Dr. Ren nyame nhyira wo megya no ha na wetumi atoa so with wo program no nso
wobɛgya me hɔ no bɔmmɔden anafa ɛyɛ numbers no ɛtoto dwa sɛnea wokɔ yi obi anka sɛ lawyer bae wamfa ɛyɛ address ne numbers no ɛto dwa time check now ɛyɛ exactly 11 past 10 lawyer fa numbers no to dwa mae
Okay, into Pacho Bebre, BWF Solicitors, your 7 sisters, your main office line, 0208 493 7340 into 0208 493 7340. Pacho, so for your office line you be from 9:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. into 9:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. every Monday to Friday. Your ho either say ube book appointments, so by your office, and also ube book appointments for us to do a Zoom meeting. Yeah, number no. It is open up to the 5 days into so for Saturday and also Sunday. Into me, my personal line, 075 35813910 into 07535813910 into outside of office hours no over to me reach me on sa number way numbers ni na egugu ho senya at least say o may say number ba kwa over to me ahwe na yetumi catch o say na ese oye it's Dr. Ren yami inshallah ye besan ehun bio
yo yɛda ase wei deɛ ma menkɔ Facebook na wɔn so a ɛbɔ ɔmɔden ahyɛ boa yɛn ɛne Margaret Edumensa so wɔgyina mu ɛne yɛ boakye agyeman na ɔno nso gyina mu na agyeman nso ba bɛhwɛ yɛn saa nso ɛna yɛn nua a yɛfrɛ no Sandra Fraser nso ba Mavis Opon yɛn nyinaa nso ɛba bɛhwɛ yɛda mo nyinaa ma se next week pɛpɛɛpɛ mo mmra na yɛndi adwumadie no thank you so much BWF Solicitors ɛna yɛne wɔn adwitwe nkɔmmɔ no.
yɛnhwɛ sɛ yɛwɔ Facebook questions Honorable Enusa Tosso say, hello lawyer Eunice, please what about someone who entered UK through the tunnel illegally by car? What are his or her chances in opting for residence? Nti obi a ebia oba UK with car anaasɛ ɔde lungus edeba UK ha, what are their chances? Honorable Patrick one can how long what's not a chrome ha, but say ebia oba within the last let's say 5 years na o hwe kwan so a obetumi edi nya setna e chrome ha dia either you are going to show say o ya warefoɔ anaasɛ o ɛba a ɔwɔ British citizenship anaasɛ ɔwɔ settled status anaa krampo sɛ watena krom ha for at least a 7-year period nti sɛ woka sɛ wode nkrataa bi ɛna ɛde baayɛ a naka would be a different situation but sɛ obi a wɔaba UK krom ha illegally deɛ a ɛndeɛ pawtwo bebree seeking further legal advice because I don't know what your current circumstances are. yeah, Mbrano, HSS. So, oh, yeah, application based on one casa or private life, swa. And there, so to me, say, we are more than the age of 18. What's not a chrome have for at least 20 years? Into 20 years, no swan, unim say, oh, koye, application. But until sad, dear, you have a right to family life. So over to me actually say, oh yere ewo krom ha na o yere no ebia or British ni and answer or EU near or pre-settlements. And now campus there or indefinite leave to remain. Sa nipa no so wo application na to me ɛnyɛ no straightforward sir because ɔmo wɔ biribi a mmɔfra no insurmountable obstacles nti sɛ wowɔ ba na wokyerɛ sɛ ɛba no ɛyɛ under the age of 18 nti because of ebi a wo yere ɛba no anaasɛ mo mmienu mo ba no because of saa akwadaa no nti montumi ɛnsan mo akyi ɛnkɔ wo kurom na wofiri no then you can make an application anaasɛ wobɛwura mu no and now we have asylum application based on the fact say there are going to be risks to your life being in danger and that's a baby sana. Then you could have done that application for asylum when you entered the UK. Into partial bebre because me name with circumstances need to open further legal advice afraid. May sure said there are any other questions into mejamo etie for ne nkofo a omo ego so ahwe yen e wo Facebook so ene YouTube so nyame enhira mu nyina dasende ya best saying ehia biom. Have a very very blessed end of the week. Bye bye.
Yɛyɛ fɛma yɛwɔ London. Yɛgye abasobɔdeɛ bebree. Na yɛaredare ɛwɔ mmaransɛm mu. Ɛyɛ legal services, bi te sɛ family law, matrimonial law, immigration, dispute resolution, Ghanaian customary, any family law. What BWF deɛ, yɛn solicitors ɛde anigyeɛ ɛna twitwa gye woɔ na yɛboɔ nso nyɛ den koraa. Yɛn partner panin paa, Bernardo Wusu ayɛ lawyer ɛwɔ UK memu bɛburu mfie 29 years. BWF Solicitors kura wɔn ho. Inti sɛ ba na ebusuansɛm bi te sɛ child care, ɛyɛ abofra hwɛ mu, awaregya yɛ ho twema mentwe, ɛne ɔhyɛ anaa injunction a yɛde to domestic violence so a, yɛmma wo legal assistance a ɛdi mu na yie adwuma nso. Yɛn child care ɛne family team no nim nea wofa mu ɛwɔ nea yɛwɔ bere yi mu. Ɛno nti na yɛto yɛn bo ase ma wafoto a ɛsɛ fata ɛwɔ kokoa mu. Yen senior partner obi a Law Society Family Law Accreditation Panel aginatum na ɔsan so yɛ member na kyerɛ sɛ ɛba no sɛ yɛgyina w'akyi ɛtwitwa agyew ɛwɔ family ɛne matrimonial cases ho a wonni haw koraa. Wopɛ advice ɛwɔ immigration sɛnsɛm ho. Wɔ BWF Solicitors deɛ yɛn immigration team no abredare ɛwɔ general immigration ho nsɛmsɛm kosi complex immigration, work permit, student visa ho ntotoyɛ, any entry clearance visas, family visas, ni appeals. Yen senior partner member na wasan gyina tum ɛwɔ Law Society Immigration Accreditation Panel. Inti sɛ yɛtae w'akyi a wonni haw koraa. Yɛbie yɛn office free dwada ekosi fiada anɔpa nɔnkron pɛ mu ekosi enumere nonsia ɛyɛ 9:30 AM kosi 6 PM. ɛna memene nso ɛyɛ appointment nko a free anɔpa nondu ekosi ewia no 9 ɛyɛ 10 AM kosi 4 PM. Yɛwɔ 4th floor ɛwɔ Anna House 214-218 Tottenham High Road, London N15 4NP. Sɛ wo nante free 7 Sisters Underground nso a ɛyɛ kwan tiaa bi. Yɛn senior partner Bernardo Wusu san yɛ barrister yɛagyina to mu na ɔyɛ Ghana Bar Association member ɛna wasan gyina sɛ mmaranimfoɔ ɛwɔ court cases a ɛfa Ghana law ho. Wɔ advising local authorities, official solicitors office ne solicitors bebree ɛfa Ghanaian law ho yie na ɔsan yɛ obi a ɔtae kasa ɛwɔ radio ɛne TV so fa Ghanaian law ho.